Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled is a very special experience for me. Those who have been subbed to the channel for a long time know my roots lie here in CTR. When the game was first revealed at the Game Awards 2018, I transformed my entire channel to exclusively cover every aspect of this game. If you keep scrolling through my page, you'll eventually find my old videos covering every trailer, every track or character teaser, every Grand Prix announcement, and even speculating on all the leaks. I keep it still on my channel for prosperity's sake. The game was like no other experience when it dropped, and kept updating every month with new content. The game was a faithful recreation of the original Naughty Dog classic, plus it included Crash Nitro Kart content. And when the Grand Prix started post-launch, we had 8 exciting month-long festivals of free content, including new characters, cosmetics, and a brand new track, all for free. Here in 2021, I wish the Grand Prix were still running, or at least repeating, because for new players who missed the party, man, you missed something special. You had to be there. However, now you can access all the content at once, and it will make your Platinum Trophy run so much more fun with all the content you can unlock. Now I found myself going back and taking a look at the unfinished script for this video that I had intended for it to be episode 3 on channel. Clearly, I missed that mark by a wide margin. But that's okay. It gave us a chance to cover the entire Insane Trilogy Platinum Trophies, and now the progression makes sense. We're going to cover the next remake in the Crash Renaissance Era, and my favorite of all the remakes they have done so far. And spoiler warning, this Platinum Trophy ain't easy to get. But that seems to be very on brand for Crash games. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the Platinum Trophy and whether it's worth the effort to achieve it. Before you hop into this one, check out my Insane Trilogy Platinum Trophy Guide video or the individual episodes that I've done before. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Platinum Trophy videos just like this one. You may just find your next Platinum Trophy. When I said this Platinum Trophy is hard to get, I meant it. This is a crushing level Platinum. Heck, I'm still debating whether it's harder than Crash 1 or not. CTR veterans are going to have a bit of an easier time with this one because they've probably done all this stuff before, but that doesn't mean they will crush it just like that. New players are going to have to acclimatize themselves with the racing mechanics like triple boosting, speed reserves, and the almighty Sacred Fire. All things we will talk about as we cruise through this trophy guide. The plan here is to first jump into the always amazing adventure mode where you will be collecting a good bulk of the trophies. I cannot stress this enough. If you are a new player to playing Crash racing games, don't just jump right into hard mode. You will get your cheeks clapped. The thought of doing one playthrough might be enticing, but trust me, do 2 plays. One on a difficulty you are comfortable with to get good at the game, and then a second playthrough on hard mode. Playing this way has its advantages for everyone too, and I'll explain why later on. Then you will have a bunch of miscellaneous trophies related to racing, boosting, weapons, track shortcuts, and battle mode, which can all be done from the local arcade mode. Lastly, you will have to beat the time trial records for both Tropy and Oxide, which is definitively the hardest thing you will do in this game. Even for players who have done this in the PS1 version of the game, they will struggle because the times are even more tighter. Oh, did I forget to mention there's relics to collect in adventure mode as well? You thought you could get away from them, now did you? Nah, Crash games are savage like that, although this time they're not as bad. Let's get going with this trophy guide, but as always there will be more aids and videos that you can find in the description below to assist you. Let's burn some rubber in the adventure mode and take your first race on Crash Cove, a good and simple track to warm up and earn your right to sit in that kart. And after you secure your first trophy on the top of the podium, you will get a trophy, and it's called Off to a Good Start, which will be awarded when you win your first race in Crash Cove. Before you get too deep into adventure mode, make sure you're playing in Nitro-Fueled mode when you start your save file and not classic mode. You can only choose your difficulty in Nitro-Fueled mode, so just double check you started in that mode. As well, Nitro-Fueled mode lets you change racers on the fly and customize the look of your karts. You'll get "That's How I Roll" when you pimp your ride for the first time. At this point in the game, there are so many kart combinations that you can literally make anything and really customize your whip to the absolute fullest. Now that you got your kart looking fantastic, take on those other 3 races so you can take on the boss race. Ripperoo is waiting for you at the end of those 4 races, and you will have to beat him on the track to progress in the next area. Besting him in a 3-lap race will pop the trophy Crazier Than the Ripper. All these bosses have the advantage on you because they will start tossing out unlimited weapons like TNTs, nitro crates, beakers, and even rolling bombs. But once you bob and weave around Ripperoo's shenanigans, you will get the trophy. The other 3 bosses are the same shtick. Beat the 4 races to take them on. There's the trophy Me Fast, You Slow for making the rotund Papu Munch tracks. Komodo Done for besting Komodo Joe and turning him into brake dust. And the trophy Why Don't You Get a Job for beating Pinstripe fair and square. Beating all of these bosses are also how you unlock them in your racer roster, which is going to be very important for the Is Everyone Here trophy, which is unlocked when you have every racer from the original PS1 classic. The original 8 are available from the start, and then you just have to unlock the rest of the crew. No, Oxide is not in the original game. Even though every single game forum site back in the day lied to you and said there were ways you can get him even without a Game Shark. Liars and dream breakers. Speaking of Oxide, it's time to trounce this space punk once you have beaten all the bosses. You will race him for the first time, and beating him will pop the Interstellar Challenge trophy. His race has always been pretty tough as he cheats and gets a head start. Plus, he's relentless with his weapon dropping. Beating him will unlock him on your roster, which is sweet. Little JR would be flipping out if I told him I could race as Oxide. This victory is short-lived though, as there are a ton of other things you need to do in adventure mode. But don't forget about the Expert Dodger trophy before you move on to other activities. You will have to challenge one of these bosses again and make sure you don't get hit by any of their power-ups the whole race. Best thing is to get ahead of them early and hold your position as they won't shoot power-ups forward. Beating the boss reigning over their specific area will unlock a CTR challenge and a Relic race for each of the tracks. Let's start with the Relic races, because what would a Crash game be like without some time trial relics? These races work like their platforming counterparts, where crashing into a time box will momentarily stop the clock. You'll have to do 3 laps the fastest you can do them, and once you get the first relic of any grade, you will be rewarded with the Sprinter trophy. Now relax, take a deep breath. You thankfully don't have to get them at gold tier like the other 3 games, and Sapphire is good enough. The Sapphire times are not hard at all if you are diligently collecting the time boxes as you race each lap. If you collect all the time boxes, that will pretty much guarantee you will get a relic, as collecting all the boxes drops your overall time by 10 seconds. Burn some rubber and get the Relic Collector trophy by collecting all of the relics. Don't forget the 2 extra tracks in Gemstone Valley once you unlock them. Slide Coliseum is unlocked after you get 10 relics, and Turbo Track is unlocked when you collect all the gems. Next is the CTR challenges, in which completing your first one will net you the Spare Change trophy. CTR challenges work like regular races, except that you need to find the letters C, T, and R hidden somewhere in the track. Could be somewhere high up, behind an obstacle, or even sometimes inside a shortcut. You need to find and collect all 3 letters inside of the 3 laps and still win the race to collect the CTR token. These are fun and pretty challenging at the same time. I guess now is a good time to talk about the gem cups then. You will notice that each CTR token you collect corresponds with a color. Well, if you collect 4 CTR tokens of the same color, you will unlock the right to race for a colored gem inside of a gem cup. This is a series of 4 races where you score points based on where you placed. Collect the most points after the 4 races and you will win. Beating your first gem cup is going to award you the Booyah Grandma trophy. You will need to collect all of the CTR tokens to unlock all of these gem cups. But hang on, there's only 16 tokens, but there's 5 gem cups. Where do the purple CTR tokens come from then? That, my astute friend, is where the crystal challenges come in. There are 4 crystal challenges where you scoot around the battle arena and have to collect 20 crystals before the time is up. Beating your first one will get you the trophy Arena Explorer and a purple CTR token. You'll get the token collector trophy when you collect all the remaining 4 purple CTR tokens to make a total of 20 CTR tokens that you will need to get this trophy. Plus, you will also unlock the purple gem cup, which is pretty freaking special if you ask me. In this one, you race for points against the first 4 bosses on each of their home stages. No bombardment of power-ups this time, but the ante is certainly higher in this gem cup. Claiming the top spot will get you your last gem you need for the gem collector trophy, and also unlock Fake Crash, which you will need because he's part of the Is Everyone Here trophy. And now that you have completed all of that, yeah, that's a lot of racing. Time to finish off Oxide once and for all. You need to race him again once you have 100% completion for the Galaxy's Fastest trophy. This is essentially the same race as before, so if you beat him once, you can beat him again. That will cap off your first adventure mode playthrough, but I hate to break it to ya. Now you have to do it again on hard mode. Yeah, the Yeehaw trophy is pretty brutal, even for most seasoned kart racers. This mode is going to show you've mastered the mechanics of this game. It's not all doom and gloom, because I've got some good news. This trophy will pop after you beat Oxide for the first time. That means you don't need to worry about all the extra challenges and just need to progress through every race and boss till you beat Oxide. It's really friggin' tough, especially on certain tracks, but that's all you have to do for this trophy. That means if you did 2 playthroughs of the game like I told you to do, you will have gotten most of the adventure mode trophies on an easier difficulty and then just have to get the Yeehaw trophy. But if you jumped right into hard mode, this means you will have to do all 100% of the adventure mode trophies on this difficulty, including the CTR challenges, Relic Races, Crystal challenges, and Gem Cups. This is a pretty Herculean task, and only do this if you want a real challenge. That's everything for adventure mode, but before we continue, hit the pit stop to unload some of those sweet Wumpa coins and get some of that sweet swag. And while you're at it, hit the like button to let me know you've made it this far into the video. No, don't look over there. No, don't hit that tab. No, bad. Now we'll get these miscellaneous trophies out of the way, in which there are many. They thought of everything you can do with a kart racer and turned it into a trophy. Like the natural trophy for making you win a race without power-ups. It's pretty straightforward. Or the hyperspeed trophy for starting your last lap in last place and winning the race. Some of these trophies you may get naturally as you play, but I recommend going to Coco Park and setting the AI on easy mode to help you get them faster. Photo finish is a cool one, as you will need to finish a race in first place with the racer behind you being less than 0.3 seconds behind your time. That racer is practically close enough to reach over and give you a victory slap on the ass. Most likely you will get this one randomly, but you can also line up yourself with another racer and then just pass them at the very last second. That'll do the trick. Another easy one is called Super Boost. First grab 10 Wumpa Fruit to juice up your cart, and then do a triple boost right before you roll over a boost pad. This gets you some serious speed and will get you this trophy. From there, see if you can hold that speed for a whole lap and get the Unstoppable trophy. This is where the boost reserve system comes into play. You will see the fire smoldering out of your exhaust pipes, and that's how you know you have reserves. To keep this up, you will have to keep successfully doing triple boosts and hitting boost pads. This is how you're going to keep your speed up, and the more fire you have blazing, the harder it is to drop the reserves. So keep those drips going and those boosts flowing. This will pop some other trophies in the process, like the Drifter trophy for doing 15 drifts in a row. The turbo boost part is not necessary for the trophy, but just keep initiating the drifts until you collect 15 of them in a row. A step up from that is the trophy Master Drifter, for performing your triple boosts flawlessly 5 times in a row. This time you'll have to make sure you don't hit one too early or too late, as that will make the turbo boost fail. You'll require 15 successful boosts in a row to get the trophy to pop, so make sure your triple boost form is poised yet stylish. The last drifting related trophy comes naturally as you play. The trophy Burning Rubber will be awarded after your 500th turbo boost. That sounds like a lot, but consider how much drifting you actually do in one race alone. That makes this trophy soft. Next, we can take a look at the weapon related trophies, and these become infinitely easier to do if you have 1 or 2 extra controllers so that you can line up the shots in battle mode. You can still get them while racing or playing with the AI, but this will help you get them faster. Let's start with a Boom trophy, where you need to hit 2 opponents with 1 rolling bomb. Much harder to do naturally, but in battle mode with 2 controllers, much easier. Same thing with the Alchemist trophy for forward throwing a beaker onto an opponent. Much easier if you can line it up, but also super rewarding if you can do it while you're just regularly playing. One you can absolutely do while racing though is the trophy Can't Hide From Me, for landing 3 missile shots when you get a triple missile power up. Make sure there's at least 3 AI in front of you and lash them all with a heat-seeking missile. It's always fun being the person throwing those missiles, but sometimes you're gonna be the one on the receiving end, and that's when you can get the Rear View trophy. You will need to block missiles on 3 separate occasions, once by sending out a beaker, once by dropping a TNT or nitro crate, and then the last time by rolling a bomb backwards to stop the missile. Once you have completed these 3 scenarios, the trophy is yours. While you're playing, you will end up having to use every power-up at least once to get the Weapon Technician trophy, and then again using their juiced up versions when you have 10 Wumpa Fruit for the juiced up trophy. Here is the list of weapons if you think you are missing any. Keep in mind that the invisibility and super turbo power-ups are exclusive to battle mode, so those might be the ones you need if you're missing any. While you're in battle mode, you also need to win once on every match type for the Dominator trophy. There's Last Car Driving and Limit Battle, which are both deathmatch style battles. There's Capture the Flag and Steal the Bacon, which are both variations on Capture the Flag. And the last one is Crystal Grab, where you need to have the most crystals at the end of the time limit. You can augment the time and score limits, as well as the AI difficulty to help you see these matches through with the dub. Similarly, don't forget about the Oh Shiny trophy, which has to be done across the game's 12 battle arenas. Remember the crystal challenges from adventure mode? Well, you can access them from the local arcade menu, and for this trophy you must collect all 20 crystals on each battle arena, racing around against the clock. Some of them are harder than others, but you will get the hang of them and remember the crystal placements after a few tries. For the Nitrostalgia trophy, you will need to place in the first place spot on every track in the game except the bonus tracks. So that means the 18 Crash Team Racing tracks, and the 13 Nitro Kart tracks. I was honestly so happy when they announced they were including the C and K tracks. It really gave this game that grandiose feel. Electron Avenue is my favorite Crash racing track across the whole franchise, and I love its new neon look. Good stuff all around, so enjoy racing on these tracks, getting the first place finish, and remember that your adventure mode wins do count towards this trophy. Alright, we are starting to wind down on this trophy guide, and since you are racing on every track anyways, it's the best time to get the shortcut trophies as well. The first one is right in Crash Cove with the Puddle Hopper trophy. Right after the first turn, there is a big puddle of water with a rut in it that you can use to hop yourself onto the bridge area and take that shortcut. Then we are headed to another one of my favorite tracks in the game, Sewer Speedway, where you can get the half pipe karting trophy. When you arrive at the open sewer area with the half pipes, there is an opening in the wall that you can jump using one of those said half pipes. This will take you right into the shortcut, and there are also some boxes there as well. Tiger Temple has a very easy shortcut to go through and get you the trophy, Let Me In. Once you exit the first narrow raceway, there is a tiki door to your left that can be opened if you use a weapon. Just shoot down the door and proceed through the shortcut to get the trophy. Polar Pass's shortcut is also pretty easy to do regularly. For the Arcade Hurdler trophy, you will need to drive along the wooden bridge and weave through these seals, and then when you get to the wall with the black and yellow sign, leap right over it using the small hill. Once you get some serious hang time over that wall, the trophy will pop. Dragon Mines has an interesting and unorthodox shortcut for the minecarting trophy. You will notice a bunch of minecarts rolling through the track and can sometimes squish you. Well, you can follow them on their rails and use it as a shortcut. But as an added stipulation to this shortcut trophy, you can't get squished, and riding the rails slows you down, so make sure you have a mask or a boost to help you speed through the section so you don't get squished and you can get the trophy. Next is Cortex Castle for the Dungeon Vaulter trophy. Another fave track of mine, and the shortcut is near the end before the big drop. After you hop down the stairs, line yourself up and hop off of the ramp onto this wooden road sticking out here on the left side of this area. It's recommended to hit that ramp with some speed before you jump it, so that way you can make it across. In Papu Pyramid, there are two shortcuts that you need to get in one race, and they are relatively beside each other. To get the Pyramid Parkour trophy, hit the first shortcut after the Piranha Plant section with some speed, and jump off this ledge onto this platform here. The second one can be found immediately to your left, and can easily be jumped on just by hopping at the right time. You'll have 3 laps to do this, so if you want, you can just do them each on separate laps. The last shortcut trophy we need to do is called Wintertime Off-Roading, and this is for hitting all 4, yes, 4 of Blizzard Bluffs shortcuts. This one can be a bit tricky as some of these jumps are hard to hit without the right speed, and of course you have to hit all 4 in a single race. The first one is at the beginning of the race between these 2 rocks, a super easy one that you don't really even need to worry about too much. The second one is located on the left side of the first frozen pond, and this is always a shortcut that I have trouble hitting consistently. You need a very good amount of speed going into this jump, so try to do it with a mask or a turbo. The other 2 shortcuts are these wooden fences right here after that same jump. There are snow hills right in front of them, so you'll also need speed to be able to vault over these fences. I recommend going backwards on the track if you missed them and try again. Sometimes all it takes is the right jump timing and drift boosting to send you over them. And once you nab all 8 of those shortcut trophies, the game gives you another trophy for your troubles called I Know the Way. We have finally made it to the final stretch of the trophy guide, and I hope now you are all warmed up. Hard mode is pretty damn tough and shoots the platinum trophy difficulty pretty high, But now there's another part of the game that might make you pull your hair out, and it will definitely steal your sanity. You have to complete the Entropy time trials and, worse, the Oxide time trials. Now I know that even faster time trials like the Emperor Velo and developer times have been added post-launch, and thank all that is holy that there have never been trophies associated with those time trials. Because the Oxide time trials are hard enough, and for the majority of players, this is going to produce deep-seated rage and salty flowing tears. Here's how it works. First, you need to pick a track and post a time across 3 laps. If that time hits a certain threshold, you will earn the right to face Entropy's ghost. Then you will need to do the race again and beat Entropy's best time. This will in turn unlock Oxide's ghost, and you will again have to repeat the cycle and beat Oxide's best time. So at the very minimum, you must race every track 3 times, even if you end up posting a time that is better than Tropy's or even Oxide's best effort. You will need to unlock and beat all of Entropy's best times for the trophy, the new Time Master. This will not only unlock all of Oxide's best times, but also unlock Entropy himself as a racer, which is the last one you need for the Is Everyone Here trophy. At this point, you should have all of the PS1 CTR racers unlocked. No, Pentapenguin doesn't count, but it would be a shame if you went to the main menu, held down L1 and R1, then pressed down right triangle, down left triangle, and up. Penguin Yay 1, and you're welcome. Okay, now it's time to dig deep within your soul and face Oxide's ghosts, beating his incredibly fast time trial records for the Gazmoxian Slug trophy. And did I mention that all of this needs to be done on both the original CTR tracks and the CNK tracks, making it a total of 31 time trials to beat. Yes, this trophy is maniacal, I know, but there is some hope. Some of the time trial records are not so bad that you won't beat them after a few tries. However, the opposite is also true, where you could spend hours trying to beat a single record. Fucking Dragon Mines comes to mind. What a shit show that ended up being, as it was one of the last ones I needed for the trophy. And some tracks like Tiny Temple, Deep Sea Driving, or even my beloved Electron Avenue are going to require you to learn how to harness the almighty, ultimate, sacred fire. In case you weren't paying attention, sometimes you will hit a boost pad and will have blue flames spewing out of your kart. That is ultimate sacred fire, fam. The purest form of adrenaline speed you will ever experience in a kart racer. Not every track lets you have this great power, but you need to learn how to take advantage of it when it's offered. Remember where the boost pad is and make sure you already hit the pad with a good amount of speed. This will prevent it from fizzling out too quickly after it's activated. The idea is to keep this insane boost in your reserves by nurturing its intensity with triple drift boosts and more boost pads. Not gonna lie, you will be holding on for dear life while driving, and touching anything will reduce your speed back to normal, so you'll need to learn how to control it. But all this to say that you can use this technique to help beat some Oxide times and also compete with the Green Alien when he uses USF himself. For all of these time trials, I will have a thorough guide down below that will help you with this step in the trophy guide. If you are really struggling with this, I really recommend hopping online and racing with the people in the community. There's no better way to learn every trick of every track than to learn it from skilled players. And once you obtain the Gazmoxian Slug trophy after the final time trial is done, you will have done it. You will have obtained a platinum trophy that is incredibly difficult and probably the hardest trophy we have covered on the channel so far. Harder than Crash Bandicoot 1 and maybe even harder than Returnal. So if you have collected all the trophies and have beaten hard mode and the Oxide time trials, congratulations! You will be awarded the Woah! Platinum Trophy for Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled.
I got blisters on my fingers!
Overall, it turns out that the greatest kart racer of all time probably has one of the most difficult platinum trophies of any kart racer out there. Getting the Woah Platinum Trophy is not for the faint of heart. It's going to require a ton of practice and earned skill. I know a lot of players in the Crash community that can do this Platinum Trophy in their sleep, but they have banked hours upon hours into this game. CTR is almost like playing a fighting game. You have to learn its mechanics and become proficient with them. And if that sounds like too much for you, maybe you're just better off enjoying the game for what it is. I wish I could say that there's no better time to play the game, because there was a better time when the Grand Prix were running. But now there is so much content to unlock and enjoy. So many great characters were added during the Grand Prix across the Crash pantheon of games, and tons of content to completely customize your ride is available. So what I have long-windedly tried to express to you is that you do not need the Platinum Trophy to enjoy this game. But when your Kung Fu has leveled up to a point where you feel ready, remember my guide and use it to earn your black belt and your racing stripes. That's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely loved talking about Crash Team Racing again, something I used to do all the time on this channel, and it feels good to come back to it and get to talk about it once more. Maybe for the last time, or maybe we might see a CTR2 come out sometime later down the road. We'll have to see what happens. But either way, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Let me know down in the comment section if you are, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy all your trophy hunting expeditions, and peace out.